Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. I want to thank everyone for the support on the channel. We have crossed over 500 subscribers this week, and we're now at 524. And I assume a lot of people are liking the content, lots of likes and positive feedback for the most part. Just kidding. But yeah, overall, the market continues to push higher here. And I mean, we were expecting a pullback, a potential pullback on the PCE data, but it ended up not happening, right? And it appears that we continue to push higher, and the market, wants to go higher, as you guys can probably tell. I think the headlines today was buying, lots of buying in the market, and on volume as well. Sorry, that was the biggest mover there. This is my list, and yeah, I mean that's we have now entered the danger area for my chart here on Elliott Wave, but this doesn't mean that we're gonna crash and burn, right? This is a very big chart, and we could spend months and weeks here, if not, and then chop sideways, and maybe eventually then we will get a pullback, but the market will not collapse in one day. It will give you an opportunity to get out and retest and most likely continue down and in a downwards trend, right? So this won't happen in 1 month, 2 months, right? It could take even very long period of time. But yeah, we'll dive into the analysis here. So we were looking for a pullback, which we obviously didn't get. And we're essentially inside of this third wave here. So we're now impulsing higher. If we keep gapping up and we start, we gap up, gap up, gap up, that will be indicative of a third wave. And we should do that technically. But right now, everyone is looking for a pullback in this market. And I know, there's a lot of bearishness. And don't get me wrong, I am also very bearish. But this can continue to blow up the shorts, unfortunately, and it's a tough trade to fight the trend, right? When we look at the daily time frame on Market Cipher, you can see lots of green money flow. We've got lots of red dots along the way up, but heavy green money flow. People are piling in to these AI stocks on the S&P 500 and on the Nasdaq, so it's helping lifting everything up. Then you can see crypto starting to take off as well. So you could see that everyone is extremely risk on right now. So we'll see how things play out. I think the IWM is going to be the next one to take a nice little run towards the upside here. I know I have a pullback here calculated, but if we start to take off, then the wave 2 will have already been in. And we are going to just gap up in the 3 of 3 here. And that's going to be the final fifth wave, in my opinion. And then I have like larger targets up here, but once we get into this area, then this is a big area of resistance and danger. Maybe we can end early, right? And you can truncate and not hit the primary target. So that's just my tidbit for the IWM. Let's get on here. We'll take a look. You can see on the RSI as well. We have broken out from this downsloping trend line on the RSI. So the prices will most likely move higher in the coming weeks. When we look at the S&P 500 RSI, it is like I just measured it just now. It's about to cross, right? And it is almost crossing essentially. We are at resistance. So if the bears are going to make a stand, it would be here, right? But then you would just get a pullback. You would get a pullback to like 481. If anything, maybe not even that, and then you would continue higher after, essentially. So the third wave would finish, but I would like the third wave to be a little bit larger, which would mean more upside in this market. But make no mistake, big money is taking profits along the ride here. So we'll see once we do get a big rollover in the market. If we do, then you'll know that big money is getting out. We can see this in my Discord. You guys can join over here. You can see. Let me just get on over to where's the dark pool data? Right here. You can see triple Qs, exactly 5 million shares at 444, 300 times the average size. About 50%. Trade is about 50% larger than the previous #1 trade, which was dated on January 31st, 2023. right? So I believe it was down here, right around 300. And now we got the number one trade coming in at 444. Total value was $2.2 billion. So you can see, obviously, in my opinion, some people are starting to take a lot of profits on the triple Qs and on the S&P 500. But it doesn't mean we can't go higher. All right, let's get over to some individual names here, and I'll be more than happy to do some analysis. So let's take a look at ROKU. We'll start off with ROKU. So ROKU is in the buy area. It is due for a bounce back in a wave 4. Could the wave 4 be already in? I mean, it technically could, although I don't really see that in the price action right now. I would need maybe a bigger pop, maybe pop back, maybe to fill this gap if you're lucky, to 71, 72. And at that point, you can look for a definitive low and a wave 5 retrace and a definitive low. So once you get that and you get bullish divergence, and that's going to be your sign that we're most likely making a very large low in ROKU, and we may be ready to take off towards the upside. Let me take a look at other individual names. Take a look at StarBucks. We'll take a look at StarBucks here. Don't worry, we'll cover all the AI stocks as well. So StarBucks breaking down here. Unfortunately, it was not the the breakout we wanted, and it did not follow through. A bit of a down day today again. It's holding the level, but like I said before, if you take out this pivot here down at 91 and 67 cents, then you should be essentially done, and you're gonna start to roll over towards the downside. But yeah, it's already invalidated my box, so I would have already stopped out of this trade technically, and I wouldn't be long anymore. But we'll take a look at some other names. Let me take a look at another one. We'll take a look at NVDA. So NVIDIA, new all-time high today, I think. Did we make a new all-time high? Pretty darn close to a new all-time high. But it looks impulsive now, so I think that you could be getting ready to take off in a final fifth wave push. You still have bearish divergence as long as you don't take this peak out on the RSI. So again, this fifth wave could finish at any moment. Keep an eye out on it. You could get on the smaller time frames, try and give you a better indication of that. You can see the RSI starting to break here. Okay, and then we'll take a look at this one. Let me just see. Maybe we can make something out of it. So if the RSI maybe hits this level, maybe that's when the price is going to start topping out, but we'll keep a close eye on it. That could mean that NVIDIA is going to 880, 900, something like that. Let's take a look at SMCI very quickly. I just want to take a look at SMCI. I don't necessarily want to make any calls or any trades on it because it's a very, very volatile name right now. Basically just day traders blowing themselves up. Let's take a look. So we got a bit of a wave 1. Could be a wave 2. And you could also still, I like the ABC we got there. So you could just be in your wave 2 right now. And if you are looking for a buying opportunity, then I would be looking for these lower levels if the market gives us that opportunity. If it does not, then you're going to just take off right here, and this was your ABC, right? This was your very small ABC. The wave 4 will truncate, and you're gonna take off to 1,500, 2,000, right? Who knows? Sky's the limit with this one. This one just loves to run. People seem to love it. So SMCI can go much higher if that's the case. But for now, this is what I have in terms of a short-term target. And it's not 100%, right? So just keep that in mind. These are just Elliott wave calculations with fib retracements. Let's take a look at, I think someone had a request of ENPH, ENPH. We'll cover Mara, that one as well right afterwards. So for ENPH or ENPH, I just did it very quickly here. But to me, it does look like we need maybe one more low. But right now, when I took a look at ENPH on my indicators, it was showing significant buying from big money. Like they've been buying the whole way down and aggressively buying once we got to the 110, 105 level, and then at the 73 level was where big money is just throwing their paychecks into it essentially, and then you got a significant rally afterwards. Then you saw some profit taking. So this was probably just a trade for them, 83% move, and then the price started to go down afterwards. But it looks like we are a bit of an ABC right now. So for the time being, I would be looking for maybe a higher wave 4, but just know that if the wave 1 is in, they should be in right here, and you should not cross this level here, 180. If you do, then we missed the wave 4, and the C leg is already in, and you're starting a whole new cycle higher, which would be very bullish if you bought around these levels here. Okay, so that's basically it. Hopefully that helps to the one who requested for me to take a look at NVDA. So you have a nice little bullish setup and a potential short opportunity if you get an ABC to start to come up. So I can actually maybe give you a bit of a target here if the C leg wants to come up higher. So we'll just do a quick measurement. Let me make sure we get this a little bit accurate, as accurate as possible. Okay. Yeah, so right around this area here, between 160, yeah, just 160 to 175. That would be your short area. I wouldn't go any higher than that, or your sell area, your target area for the wave 4. After that, you should roll over in the 5th wave towards the downside. If not, then the low's in, and you take out this level here, the low's in, and you're just gonna run from there. Okay, let's take a look at Mara. Very popular one. You know, Bitcoin trading at, is that 61,900 now? 62,000, 64,000. Market is very, very euphoric on Bitcoin. So Mara and all the miners essentially have been experiencing quite a bit of a tough time this week. You know, it's Mara had earnings, big gap down and a sell-off. Same thing for CLSK. Big money seems to be taking profit on this trade here, and the move seems to be over, right? So right now it could very well be a larger ABC correction of a bigger cycle, which means that maybe Bitcoin is going to get a pullback, but maybe it will make another all-time high before that happens, right? So Bitcoin has been running like crazy, but the miners have been stalling out a little bit, right? Mara did make a new high in the 5th wave, and it kind of showed me that we had a target up here at 36 to 45, but we never really achieved that. It looks like the 5th wave could have ended early, and it didn't complete its cycle. And with this big drop, it kind of tells me that you're starting a reversal here. So it could mean lower prices in the coming months and weeks, which means that maybe Bitcoin gets one final rally in a B wave, and then the C leg comes and you fall down for months after the halving, right? So that's essentially it. But it should be a strong buy once you get back to this level of $18 to $9. So I know it's a big range, but anywhere here is like accumulation zone. And once Bitcoin continues its upside after it maybe calms down from its euphoric rise, then you will get a very big bull cycle rally in these crypto miners. Riot, CLSK. Everyone seems to be following these crypto miners. Very, very popular stocks right now. Okay, all right. So let me take a look at maybe one last name here. Maybe Tesla. We'll cover Tesla. I think Tesla's suing ChatGPT. So Tesla remains in the short area here. So it would be it's still technically a sell from where I have it. We're looking for this 5th wave to start, 5-wave move down, to start, and this bigger, larger 5th wave to start as well. But once it gets down to this area, it could be a very strong buy. But right now, it's not loved by the market. It's no longer considered a Mag 7 stock. Now I think it's just the Mag 5. Even Apple's been kicked out of the Mag 7. For some reason, Google's still in it, but they've been trending down. But it's strange. If your stock doesn't go up every single day, you can't be part of the Mag 7, I think. So maybe Google's the next one to be kicked out. So Microsoft pushing higher, Amazon pushing higher, and then you have Meta pushing higher as well. So they all look like they're extending their fifth wave here, although maybe not by much, but they can still extend it. And then we're going to be looking for a retrace later on. But can the fifth wave continue to go and push higher? Yeah, it really can. It really can. So don't try and get in front of this thing too much. And if you're playing with puts, then play it safe and don't go too risk on. All right, let me take a look at natural gas now. So nat gas. All right, let's get on some smaller time frames here. So natural gas could be finishing up the C leg here. We have technically met the minimum requirements for the C leg retrace here. We made a higher high from the A wave. And right now, nat gas is not a very bullish asset class. It's broken its pivot. It's a very important pivot, and now it could be getting ready to make its way down lower to lower prices if the moving averages don't hold up here. But if you start to flip, you have a chance of coming back to $2, and then we're getting rejected from there. So if I'm gonna short, I'm already in a short position, but I would be looking for another add here at the $2 level, which would be a bit of a pump, I think, like they're 14%. Anyways, that's about it for natural gas. Let's cover the TLT and the IWM finally. So we'll wrap it up with the TLT. The TLT continues to push higher here. So to me, this shows that the low could have truncated and we are already in. It's already starting to take off. And I would not try to get in front of this thing too much. Could we be doing a larger correction, right? Something like this. Could we be doing this? Yeah, we could be doing this. But for now, let's just watch and see what happens, because the 20-year yield seems to continuously get rejected from this sell area that I have for the yields. And to me, this shows that we could be starting the new cycle with it breaking the pivot here at 4.476%. So now you could be starting your wave one towards the downside, and then the 2 and the 3 and this would be bullish for markets, right? So this is just, look at what the chart is telling you, and we could really be technically going higher in this market. So it's unfortunate for shorts and stuff like that, but we can always short higher, right? So but right now, if you're not long, then just sit on cash positions and wait for the market to give us an opportunity. We're getting bullish signs here. Daily candle printed a green dot. Weekly time frame did not confirm any red dots on the SPY. It confirmed on the triple Qs, but the triple Qs pushed higher. IWM showing that it's going to run. So these are all indications that the market still has legs to go here. And I know I put a bearish what's it called, thumbnail the other day, and it got everybody hating on it, which was quite funny, because we're still looking for a little bit higher in this market on the SPY and the IWM, which I did on my IWM video yesterday, because I think that one's gonna run significantly more. It's going to run significantly more if the rates drop. All right, we're gonna have Fed Powell speaking on Wednesday, so that's gonna be our big news event for the week, and I'll follow up with you guys next week. So if you have any questions or anything like that, you can come into Discord. And you can feel free to drop your stock in the description. I'll be more than happy to do some analysis for you guys. Have a good week. Have a great weekend.